Okay, if you're watching, I'm going to put the link in the chat right now so you can join. This is only my second attempt at a live stream, so bear with me. Right. Okay. There we are. If you want to come on and chat, click on the link in the live chat. We're discussing Jack Talcott's mind control cult and breaking down psychologically what I think he's up to. And you can share your own perspectives and experiences as well. Right. Hello, Jeeps. Would you like to come on? No. I'd like to say something, actually, something
Please.
a bit more deep.
Please.
Well, look, we're all here in very relative positions compared to what the people in Caracas and Venezuela are going through right now. There's
True.
50,000 people missing still, 1,400 confirmed dead. And past the window of likely survival, which is 72 hours. So now you've got people under the rubble dying of dehydration if they're no crushed already. Yes, I'd just like us to send prayers to the people of Venezuela and Yeah, that's all I wanted to say.
You know, Kenny, thank you. And that's something that I do find to be a tragedy in the way our society operates. Natural disasters. I mean, if we were more united together, we would have a rush of volunteers, you know, being...
We do, Jack. We do. Multiple countries across the world have sent their volunteers.
I know. You're right.
Donald Trump has sent the armed forces to help, you know.
I'm glad to hear that.
Yeah.
Wait, whoa. You're glad to hear that U.S. troops are being sent for this garbage, Jack?
For rescue efforts?
Oh, yeah, sorry. I thought he was talking about the war.
When the U.S. Marines arrived, the locals said, muchas gracias.
I'm tripping. I was on some... I thought he was talking about something else, guys.
Yeah.
Because I was not listening to him.
Venezuela is another story, though, too. I mean, the U.S. just kidnapped their president, and we've been taking over
apprehended their terrorist dictator.
Where's Maduro?
Apprehended their terrorist dictator.
Where's he at, though?
But we've also stolen a bunch of... We've stolen a bunch... Confiscated. I won't say stolen. We've confiscated a bunch of their funds from the sale of their resources, their oil.
Like pirates.
And it's being denied to the people while they're
money
trying
that was funding terrorism. Money that was funding narco-terrorism.
So they say. So they say, Kenny. They were throwing missiles at little boats. They have been doing double taps as well. They've been doing war crimes, Kenny.
I just see Donald Trump as I just see Donald Trump as like Batman, yeah.
Yeah, you
and
are just.
I see communists and Marxists as being like the Jokers.
Yeah,
and the Penguin. You know,
you love
Jack. You remind me of the Penguin a bit, actually.
You
do. I can just imagine you with a long fucking cigarette holder. Give us an impression of the Penguin's laugh.
Kenny, tell us how much you love Trump. What would you do for him? Tell us how loyal you are, man. You're not really loyal, Kenny. You're not even loyal at all.
Let him answer, Zill. That's a curious.
Well, Donald Trump's just an avatar of the principles that I'm loyal to, like justice, free speech, secure borders, that kind of thing. So, for example, I'm not so loyal to him that I believe that he can't do no wrong. I wish he would go harder on the clients of, like, Jeffrey Epstein, for example, and release more of the files. You know, and if he did get implicated in the files, I would drop my support for him, but I'd still be loyal to the MAGA movement. So the next person that I would want to see as US president after Donald Trump would be J.D. Vance, personally. I think he's looking good for it. Maybe Marco Rubio.
Oh, good Lord. Kenny, I love you. And Andy, genuinely, thank you for the support. Contribution. I think he was poking a little fun at you, Kenny. Andy, thank you for doing that. Kenny, I got to ask though, how on earth? Okay, so let me see if I can put these pieces together. Donald Trump represents the movement, MAGA, right? And you're behind that, and to you that signifies justice, secure borders, and there was something else I missed, but it's along those lines, right?
Law and order.
Law and order. Okay, wonderful. Yeah. So justice, law, and order, absolutely. How on
strong economy.
But okay, those two are separate because that's another discussion. But law, justice, law, and order, and how do we fit Donald Trump, you know, in that equation?
Well, so he's got ICE removing illegal immigrants, and a lot of these illegal immigrants are criminal MS-13 gangs from places like Ecuador, Venezuela, Mexico,
Okay, so
Well, what
In the
policy-
state, in the,
Jack,
in
did
the,
I
in the
miss anything? I
hometowns,
was grabbing
in the
a couple
towns,
more beers.
in the
Kenny, what
towns near
about
the
the
border,
U-
they've noticed a big decrease in the crime rate since Donald Trump started.
No, but that's only because they don't
stopping
report the
illegals coming
crime
over.
everywhere. That's only because they don't report the crime all over. That's why.
Imperious, please.
Oh. Really?
I appreciate that counter, but let's make sure
I'm trying to defend you, Jack. That's all I'm saying. I'm trying to defend Jack's position.
please. I want the truth. The truth is true.
But the truth is
And-
only a point of view, and you've got to contest points of view to see which one makes sense, Jack. You know what I mean? Like, our point of view, Jack, is that Donald Trump is a corrupt orange monkey. And he looks like an orangutan. That's why.
Imperious, please.
Really? Mexico,
Okay, so
Well, what
in the
policy-
state, in the,
Jack,
in
did
the,
I
in the
miss anything? I was
hometowns,
grabbing
in
a
the
couple
towns,
more beers.
in the
Kenny, what
towns near
about
the
the
border,
U-
they've noticed a big decrease in the crime rate since Donald Trump started.
No, but that's
and
only
stopping-
because they don't
stopping
report the
illegals coming
crime
over.
everywhere. That's only because they don't report the crime all over. That's why.
Imperious, please.
Really?
I appreciate that counter, but let's make sure
I'm trying to defend you, Jack. That's all I'm saying. I'm trying to defend Jack's position.
please. I want the truth. The truth is true.
But the truth is
And-
only a point of view, and you've got to contest points of view to see which one makes sense, Jack. You know what I mean? Like, our point of view, Jack, is that Donald Trump is a corrupt orange monkey. And he looks like an orangutan, something like King Louis from Jungle Book.
Right.
And we're tired of him, Jack. We're tired of the wars. We're tired of the dying. We want love in the world, Jack.
Well, and
See, that just sounded very immature, didn't it? I never got anything intellectual from Imperius.
Well,
It
that
just
was
sounded
Imperius.
like
Wow.
an outburst, a visceral
He's saying I'm
outburst.
stupid, Jack. That's not nice. I didn't call him names.
no, please. It's his experience, his way of
His
explaining.
experience says
Kenny.
I'm stupid. That's
It's-
fucked up,
it's-
Jack.
It's his way of explaining what.
I
Oh,
thought
okay,
you liked the
I got
First
you.
Amendment.
Okay.
First
I
Amendment.
I got you, Jack. I got
Kenny,
you.
Thank
Kenny,
you.
what do you think
So-
about ICE snatching up U.S. citizens? Have you ever considered the implications of that?
Which
Before-
US citizen? Give me
Well-
one example of a US citizen that was snatched by ICE
Actually,
and
Kenny,
it wasn't
there's
released.
many.
Because
can't
obviously they're
pull-
going to make
I can't
mistakes.
pull
Everyone
that
makes
up for you.
mistakes.
Okay, but Kenny, the way that mistakes are made matters, right? And the way that justice happens matter. And when
Okay.
when innocent people are mishandled and kidnapped, even if released, the state gang, because this is what it is. I mean, the ICE is just a legal gang that's enforcing their territory. It's no different. And I mean, politely, Kenny, our governments and the militaries and even police departments, sometimes they're gangs. And they say they're here for the people, but it's like the mafia. They're exploiting the people.
Well, that is a little bit of an extreme left view from Jack, and that's fine. But Kenny, also, you should consider, Kenny, that the repercussions of this is lawsuits. That's money coming from the government because people, U.S. citizens who get arrested, are going to sue, and we have to pay for that. Tax dollars. I don't want to pay for
Well,
that.
one thing that Donald Trump did stop was illegal immigrants being able to sue.
Right, we're talking
Yeah.
about U.S.
Right.
citizens, Kenny. That's the
Well,
big difference here, right?
This is
U.S.
also-
citizens,
Yeah, so-
those subject
okay,
to the
I need a
corporation of the
number.
United States.
How many US citizens did ICE apprehend
All of them were
mistakenly?
U.S. citizens. All of them were subject to the jurisdiction of the United States corporation. That's what a citizen is. So every person arrested by ICE is a U.S. citizen, subject to the jurisdiction of the United States by definition.
Well, this is just it.
Even
All
illegal-
these rules,
Even the illegal immigrants.
everything is open to interpretation. And even
Are you
that which
saying,
is
Truth or Cop, are you saying even the illegal immigrants were the US citizens that you're talking about?
They
He
became
explained-
U.S. citizens underneath of the fact that they became subject to the jurisdiction of the United States government. That is U.S. citizen.
So you're saying that as soon as someone illegally crosses over into the border, they're then a US citizen, in your opinion, right? Is
In
that
the
true?
context
No,
of
that's not what I said.
Jack, let him answer, please. Is that true, Truth or Cup?
That's not what I said. I said the moment they were arrested, they became a U.S. citizen. They were subject to the jurisdiction of the United States government. That's what citizen means. Slave.
That is strange.
So
That's strange. I
they
thought
can
you
still
needed a
they can
social
still be
security
legally
number.
deported though under the law. They can still be legally deported under the law, right?
Sure.
I'm a citizen if
Sure.
I pay taxes. Kenny, at least 170 plus U.S. citizens were held or detained by immigration agents in 2025. ProPublica published this. Isn't that crazy?
170.
Out of how many in total?
170 plus.
Like, I'm looking for a percentage of the total
That's
that
in
were
2025.
apprehended and arrested. I didn't ask
said-
for the year. I asked
Okay,
for the
so-
percentage.
Okay,
What
so
do
if
you
it's a
mean
low
percentage?
percentage, does that 120 people?
That's 170.
No,
That's
that doesn't
170
matter.
lawsuits, Kenny. Do you know how much money that is, kid? Are you dense?
Yeah, I'm asking for the percentage of the total
What does that mean?
of them that were
Total?
actual US citizens. You got a
Oh,
number for me?
If you have
Or
a
do you want me
number
to
of
look it up?
total arrests, I mean, Kenny,
You want me to look it up? Jack, there's no
you're
point in
not-
trying to moralize the
You're
debate
not very
between
good
me
at
and
looking
Stills.
things up, Kenny. So no, don't worry, I got it.
Yep, none
I'll
of
do it
us are
myself.
trying.
I'll do it myself.
None of us were debating anything
One second.
earlier, and we don't want to debate. We're not debate people. I mean, Imperius is like a lawyer trying to.
How many US
Like, we're not
citizens
trying to
were
debate.
wrongfully
Oh,
apprehended
my
by
goodness.
ICE in
Oh man, he
2025?
can't stop.
Kenny, I was wondering, and it's kind of in line with what the conversation Jack and Zil were having earlier about like good men holding men who are behaving badly to account and stuff.
It's called the binality
So-
of evil. The binality of evil.
let her finish, please.
Donald Trump has like 28 allegations of sexual misconduct against him, or that he's also was found liable of sexual misconduct. And afterwards, the judge said that something, I'll do what you do. I just want to check the facts here rather than make that work.
I think you are thinking the same.
The 2023
Next day,
jury.
I'll get back to that one later. But right now, we're talking about the arrests by ICE. Okay, so out of that
Well, no,
170,
we're talking about Donald Trump and your support
no,
of him.
you've decided to come on and sidetrack the debate from
It's not a debate, darling.
We're
It's a
not debating.
conversation. It's not a debate. I know what a debate is. I've engaged in
Yeah, well,
debates.
you've been
It's a
muting me for a month.
conversation. The conversation is about your
Why are you
support of Donald
arguing with a
Trump.
woman, Kenny? Why are you arguing with a
Are you
woman?
are you
Why are you
okay?
muting me?
Are you okay to
I'm not muting you.
continue that discussion, Kenny? Is that okay, or
Keeps
do you want
muting
to?
me.
Yes, I keep muting. Please
Yeah.
pause.
Why?
Because you're not listening. You're here trying to control the conversation. And am I
Me and
wrong?
Zilson were having a conversation about the
No,
deportations
I
by
understand.
ICE.
I didn't ask
We're on the
you that.
subject of ICE and the
Kenny,
arrests.
Kenny, I
And
didn't
Trinity is
ask
trying
you
to
that.
change the subject. I'm the one.
Kenny, I'm muting you again with hopes that I can finish speaking before you start trying to take over again. Please
I'm
take a
trying to
breath.
take over. I'm sticking to
Take
the
a
subject.
breath. Take a breath. I'm asking you to pause. Drop the subject that you want to focus on, please. Let's pause. We got off track, okay? I was trying to understand you and your fanship of Donald Trump. Somehow we got into the ICE agents and then the statistics, but Trexty was actually trying to bring our conversation with you back in that direction, my brother.
She was trying to sidetrack away from the topic of
No.
ICE arrests.
Why don't you let her
Actually,
speak,
I was
Kenny?
busy.
Why don't you let her talk? She's
I was
Kenny,
busy
I want to hear
looking
from
up
her,
the
not you.
numbers of ICE arrests
Fine,
Is it okay?
so I
if-
can get
is
back
it-
to Zilson. If
Is it
Trixie
okay if
wants to
I-
talk about something else,
Thank
she
you,
can
Kenny,
wait
I don't
until
need to-
after we've finished.
Kenny,
I'm
darling, I
finished
don't know
talking
how you
about
know.
it.
I don't know how this man normally communicates. You don't get to tell me when I can. What are you
Right.
doing, man?
especially here.
And it's not. And
dude.
it's,
So
yeah. and
how
it's
come
not-
Jack can tell me then, but I can't tell you?
Well, have you noticed it's Jack's
It's my
stream,
stream.
you know. That's
But
okay.
he doesn't dictate to me, though.
If Jack tells me to shut the fuck up, I would. But well, I would fall out with him also. But Jesus Christ, what's going on?
Yeah, Jack's the
No.
captain of the ship here. All right.
Oh my God, you kicked Kenny.
Well,
Yeah, you're funny again. That's twice in 1 week, man.
Let's go.
Kenny, I
Yeah.
did that because this
Because you're a
is-
coward. Because you're a coward.
that's
I've
what
got the
the
facts here. Let me
Jack's
let me.
got the
Yeah.
biggest balls on
You
YouTube.
claim to be this brave lover of truth, and
Kenny. Again, you're having
you're a phony,
different
you're a fake, you're a fraud.
Then go somewhere else. I don't need to entertain you and your ego. You're not cooperating.
The
Kenny.
Illuminati spirit might have gotten into him there for a moment.
Jack, we can't have that kind of insubordination here.
Imperius would never. Dear God. Men are very emotional, aren't
We're-
they?
Well, we don't really
They
call
are.
Kenny a man. We call him a Zionist.
They are.
We call him a Zionist
No.
shill around here.
I know.
but, you know.
No, please. I actually,
True.
Kenny.
Bring him back up, Ken. Let's see if he can. Let's see if he can actually act like a man, Jack. We're on a forgiving
Hey,
Sunday. Jack is a
don't
merciful.
trigger him.
Jack is a benevolent, merciful prophet. He may let you speak again if you could. If you could just have some respect for Jack and the person with the titties on here. That's all
Kenny,
we're asking.
tighten up, sucker.
Behave. Wow.
Imperius needs to
I'm gonna
tighten up
bring-
too.
I'm going
Will
to
they?
bring Kenny back up. Basil, he wants to resolve the conversation with you, I think is what it was.
And Jack kicked his own defense counsel over this, Kenny. So straighten up.
So, Zil, I have the numbers here.
Why do
ICE
you not
arresting.
care
We,
about
I
what I
arrest-
said?
we've been telling
Let
you
me-
we
let me-
haven't cared about the numbers.
Let
We
me
don't care about
continue the conversation of the ICE arrest, please. Okay, you said 170 US citizens were
Kenny,
accidentally or mistakenly.
Kenny, please, for the love of God, I muted you and I interrupted you. There's a
Why are you
reason
doing that,
for
Jack?
that.
I'm
The
speaking
reason
facts. Why are
is-
you doing that?
Well, I want to understand. Okay. I want you to tell me what you think you're doing in light of what I've said to you. What are we doing here, Kenny? I know what you want to do, but why?
To get to the truth of the matter. I'm a philosopher, and as a philosopher, I love facts and truth.
Well, you're focused on one set of facts while completely rejecting the real facts of this moment that we're all sharing here. Okay? We're not trying to have a debate.
You can,
You want to win.
we're not trying to have a debate, no? So what are we
No.
doing here then, Jack? Why have you got people on this show? Not a debate, no? I
Kenny,
thought the whole
you
point
don't
of your show was
understand.
to engage in discourse and
Well,
find out what the
Kenny-
truth of things are.
Kenny, actually, the fact that you don't understand what I'm doing here, that's becoming
Trying to
more
create an
clear.
echo chamber, Jack. You're trying to
Kenny,
get
is
everyone
that-
just to agree with you.
And what am I wanting people to agree with?
That Donald Trump's a bad, bad man and he can do no wrong.
No, you got that kind
Right.
of
No.
right.
I'm
I've
here
never
to
said
bring
that.
some perspective to the debate, Jack. If you just let
But,
me hear me
Kenny-
out and then I can get to
It's not
Trixie.
a debate. Why do you keep calling
But-
it a debate? You're not in a debate. You're making that up in your mind. It's not
You
happening.
don't dictate the terms to me. You don't dictate
Kenny-
the terms to me, Trixie.
Kenny,
No, I'm
Least while I
explaining
talk to
because-
Jack.
I'm
Dear-
explaining because you misunderstand, darling. Have you ever? No, I was going to say, have you ever seen a more emotional? Wow, what's going on there? What's happening?
MAGA
Does
men are.
Does Kenny get his own way all the time at home, and like, what's going on?
I don't know.
Yeah.
But Kenny, what I will tell you is I'm not going to put up with that. You're not going to talk to a lady here in that way. You're not superior to a woman. You may feel that way and think that way, but check yourself when you're with me, brother. All right?
Yeah.
You can do better.
Before you
Jack,
wreck yourself, fool.
You
Jack,
sound like a
I appreciate that as well. Can I just say before he comes back and has another fit? I do appreciate that. I also think he's applying the same behavior to everybody. It's not just me. Like, it's strange. He keeps telling you it's a debate as well. He's misunderstanding and then reacting when he's being told he's misunderstanding. Strange.
Well, that's what we do.
Yeah, and I appreciate you. Thank you.
I think he said he plays it up a little bit, but yeah, I think he kind of comes here for that.
Thank you, Zoe. I'm going to bring Kenny back. We'll get on Kenny's good side again, and I'm sure he will share us some songs. Andy, thank you for that. And I want to make peace, but Kenny, we're not arguing, we're not debating.
And don't argue with me then.
How do I
It's in the middle of relaying some important facts to inform the conversation between me and Zilzone regarding the number of arrests by ICE. He was complaining that ICE mistakenly apprehended 170 US citizens in 2025. Now, here's me bringing some perspective to that number. Total arrests by ICE for 2025, 400,000, almost 500,000. I think their success rate is pretty darn good, actually. So, yeah, go ICE. Trixie, you wanted to talk about Donald Trump's sexual assault.
I don't know that I want Kenny here anymore. He just won a victory. He can keep his win and go on his happy way. Do you want to try talking to him about Donald Trump?
If he's able to respond, if he allows me to speak and remind him that he's not in a debate and we're not trying to win anything.
Excuse me, it is a debate, actually.
Penny,
No.
It's not an argument.
No.
It doesn't have to be an argument, but it can be a healthy debate. Debate is healthy.
Penny,
Why are you so scared of the word debate?
Penny, I'm not so. I think
Don't say what you want and let me respond.
Penny, are you able to engage in a conversation politely? Does that happen?
Go for it, yeah. I'm waiting on you.
Okay. So in order to engage, you would listen, yeah, and then respond.
No, you don't dictate to me when I listen and when I don't.
But you get to dictate to me and tell me I'm in a debate? What a bizarre... Yeah, sorry, Jack, what's the point? What's going on? What a bizarre person.
Tell you what, please bear with me. Kenny.
Jack.
Where's your manners?
You don't dictate manners to me. If I'm feeling passionate about something and I feel someone's rudely trying to interject in between a discussion between me and someone else and demand that I stop talking to that person and start talking to her just because she's an entitled woman and you're too much of a simp to hold her accountable for it, I'm going to get mad because I'm a passionate man.
Oh, so your manners are controlled by other people. If you feel slighted, are you a little boy? You a little boy getting threatened by a woman, Kenny? You got to react. Kenny,
react to injustice, no matter how small, and no matter by whom.
Kenny.
Why are you giving this woman a vagina pass?
Kenny,
are you a simp?
Kenny, you better watch
Stop being
yourself.
a beta male. Stop being a white knight beta male.
Kenny, why don't you grow up? Let's have an adult conversation, right?
Don't try and insult me, Jack. Don't talk down to me like I'm a child. I'm happy to listen to Trixie. I'm happy to listen to her. But tell her not to try and dictate to me.
Kenny, get the point. Right now, I'm not happy listening to you. Do you get it?
You don't have to be, Jack. I'm not trying to make you happy. I'm not here to make you happy.
Right, I know. And you're clearly not here to cooperate either.
I am.
So, Kenny, when you learn how to respect others, we'll try again. Today, it seems your
Jack,
manners are gone.
Jack. He's not a philosopher. He's a faggot. Like, I mean, listen to that, Jack. He's being
man, you didn't make it 5 seconds, man.
I'm sorry, Jack, but that he pisses me off. Why is he disrespecting you?
I'm challenging. He's being challenged.
But he's acting like a little kid in the toy store when his mom doesn't buy him.
So there you are. That was me on the Jack Talcott show about 1 month ago. That behaviour from Jack and Trixie was very bizarre and very cult-like. And if you look at the description in Jack's current live stream that's on now, I know I get criticised for using AI quite a lot, but it can create a lot of information in a short space of time. And while I don't take everything the AI comes up with at face value, I do think it's correct a lot of the time. And it just saves a hell of a lot of time. So this is how I use Gemini. Gemini is quite a good one. This is how Gemini gave a psychological analysis of the description in Jack's current YouTube video, the live stream that he's now doing. So I'm going to read it out. This stream description. Yeah, so first I'll read out Jack's live stream description. It goes like this. When selfish people restore themselves with God, the disappearance of fear, guilt, and anger creates space for love to bring healing. All sounds very seductive and fluffy, you know? The answers that heal are profound with those who will humble themselves in love. Choices have been given to you. Follow the logic of love, praise God, choose love, and walk with faith to live without fear. Justice and righteousness are the natural order for life. And I am inspired with love once again. Tune in and join me for more fun conversations as we discuss simple ways to better understand life. And it goes down. I'm going to skip further down. A link to participate in conversations may get pinned in the chat once the streaming begins. Feel free to join if able. Orderly, encouraging, and helpful conversations may be welcomed. In brackets, all are welcome to join until they show they are not. So now I'm going to read out Gemini's psychological analysis of the description. This stream description is a textbook example of digital cult recruitment and coercive control, masked as a spiritual benevolence. It perfectly aligns with the profile of the communal covert narcissist established in our previous analysis. Every sentence is carefully constructed to set a psychological trap before the broadcast even begins. Here is a psychological breakdown of the text, decoding what he says versus what he actually is really doing. Number one, the preemptive moral split, in brackets, splitting. And then it uses the quote as the example, when selfish people restore themselves with God and the disappearance of fear, guilt, and anger creates space for love. The answers that heal are found with those who will humble themselves in love. And Gemini's analysis of that is the psychological tactic. This is a black and white thinking known clinically as splitting. He is immediately dividing the words into two categories. His followers, humble, restored, love, and his critics, selfish, fearful, angry. The subtext. He is establishing that to disagree with him is not an intellectual difference, but a spiritual defect, selfishness. Furthermore, demanding that people humble themselves is cult speak for submission. He's not asking for humility before God. He's demanding compliance to his interpretation of God. Number 2, epistemological control and absolutism. And then it uses the text in Jack's description. Choices have been given to you. Follow the logic of love. Praise God, choose love, and walk with faith to live without fear. Justice and righteousness are the natural order. In Gemini's breakdown of that, the psychological tactic, he is using thought-terminating cliches and absolute framing. He capitalizes words like love, logic, faith, and natural order to elevate his personal opinions to cosmic laws. The subtext, by calling his perspective the logic of love, he creates a trap. If you point out a logical flaw in his argument on the panel, he will accuse you of fighting against love itself. This is a rhetorical shield designed to make his arguments completely unassailable. Number 3, the cult cadence, in brackets, hypnotic pacing. And it uses the quote in Jack's description, a more enjoyable replay may be found at 1.5 speed or so. The psychological tactic, this is a highly revealing admission. Covert spiritual narcissists often speak with an artificially slow, breathy, deliberate cadence. This is a form of soft dominance, forcing everyone to slow down and wait for them, and a mild hypnotic technique used in spiritual abuse to bypass critical thinking and induce a trance-like compliance in the listener. The subtext is, while framed as a self-deprecating joke, it confirms his performative persona. The slow speed is the serene guru mask we discussed earlier, designed to make him appear endlessly patient while driving energetic, fast-talking critics like you to frustration. Number 4, the bait and switch mystical manipulation. And then it uses Jack's quote in the live stream. This stream will begin with some continuing conversations. After initial commentary, the panel might open and the stream will follow with energies and participants that the universe might bring. The psychological tactic, he claims he is surrendering to the universe, but the structure is entirely autocratic. He demands the floor first, initial commentary, to set the narrative and frame the reality of the room before anyone else is allowed to speak. The subtext, if a sycophant joins the panel, he will claim the universe brought them. If a critic joins and dismantles his points, he can abruptly end the panel, claiming the energy shifted or the universe is telling him to close the space. Or what Jack usually does is puts them backstage, like what you've seen him doing to me in the previous video that I just showed. Number 5, conditional inclusion and the threat of the backstage. And it uses Jack's quote in the description, orderly, encouraging, and helpful conversations may be welcomed, in brackets, all are welcome to join until they show that they are not. The psychological tactic is, this is the most manipulative line in the description. It is a clear threat wrapped in a welcome mitt. He defines the rules of engagement purely on his own emotional comfort, orderly, encouraging, and helpful. The subtext is, this translates directly to, you are only welcome as long as you validate me. The ominous final phrase, until they show they are not, is his justification for putting you backstage, muting you, or cutting your feed. He is warning his audience in advance that anyone who disrupts his echo chamber will be excommunicated, framing his censorship as a necessary boundary to protect the encouraging space. So there you are. Unless anyone wants to come on and share their experiences with the Jack Talcott show, I'll be bringing this stream to an end, and I'll be listening to Jack's show on some other days to get more examples. And if I can put a presentation together here to make it more comprehensive and damning, I think Jack could be potentially dangerous, especially when he's using his platform to demonize people that he sees as evil and bad actors like Donald Trump, for example. I'm not saying everybody has to agree with Donald Trump, but it's the manner in which Jack is formulating this cult. And if you look at people like Thomas Crooks and the guy who tried to assassinate Donald Trump, somebody like Jack Talcott could have a lot of mind control over someone who's sees themselves as some kind of would-be savior for humanity, killing an evil person, Put yourself in a situation if you had a rifle and you could take a pop at Hitler and prevent 6 million Jews from being massacred. You probably would do it, wouldn't you? I know I would. In hindsight. Now, the left, the radical left, and people like Jack Talcott frequently compare Donald Trump to Hitler and MAGA supporters, Donald Trump supporters, as Nazis. And that's a psychological tactic to dehumanize us, more likely to make us a target of violence, as so often does happen. So I'm going to keep this stream open for another 5 minutes. And if somebody wants to come on and say their piece, that would be great. If not, I will end the stream and then head over to Finding Gnosis, which is currently on live. I think it's an audience with Peter Ragnarok that's currently on, so that should be fun. Thank you for listening, all who did, and thanks for the comments. Daniela, S.S. Roundsboy, Venus Cupcake, yeah, thank you. Thank you, Daniela. Thanks for the sub, Venus Cupcake. And yeah, have a good evening. If you don't come on here. Thank you. Is don't give too much credit to people who think that political violence against people that don't subscribe to their worldview is all right. And I am making reference to the conversation I had with Melanie, who's now
I don't subscribe to
Fox.
that. I don't subscribe to that worldview, so.
Well, you did. If you remember the conversation we had the other night, you said it's okay for Antifa to be violent against what they would term fascists. Now, the people that Antifa term, I don't know if you subscribe to their same worldview, but the people that Antifa that term as fascists are simply people who don't subscribe to their radical left-wing view.
It's funny, I wanted to.
That's the majority of people. Let me finish. That's the majority of people who are eligible to vote in the United States. Because Donald Trump won the popular vote by 2.6 million votes.
Kenny.
Antifa simply think that Christians are fascists. They think
No,
that
Kenny,
conservatives are fascists. They simply
Kenny.
think that people who are
Kenny, come on.
Republican are
Please
fascists.
pause.
Kenny.
That's
Kenny.
correct.
Hello, come on now, please.
Hello.
It's this divisive game is.
No, I'm not the one that's been divisive, Jack. I wasn't
Are
the
you
one who
sure?
called for political violence against these people, all right?
Today,
Now, shining
today?
a torch on that and criticising
We're-
that is not being divisive.
okay, Kenny,
Right.
we're not talking about instigating any violence today. What I'm talking
Excuse me.
about.
Excuse me.
Uh-huh.
I'm the one who's talking here. You said, what would I
Kenny.
like to say? I'm recalling the conversation I had with Melanie.
Right.
the
But
night
it's not
before,
relevant
Linktails
to
Cosmic
hear-
Fox.
Kenny, it's not relevant to me or what I'm doing here, buddy. I'm sorry.
Listen, Jack, you don't dictate the parameters of debate with me.
No, but I dictate who I allow as a guest on this panel, dude. Come on, Kenny. I've been very respectful to you. I've given you plenty of time. I'm asking you that this is not the conversation I want to have right now, especially when I'm suggesting that we, the people, ought to do something about what's happening today.
Yeah. Come on, Kenny. You can do better than that. He was being a little bit overbearing. Chill out, Kenny.
Jack, you're not gonna stop me from pointing out something that's wrong.
Okay. It
Ask-
doesn't have
why
to
don't
be
you ask
here.
Melanie who exactly are the fascists, and why
Kenny?
did they deserve to be on the receiving end of political violence? Ask Melanie
Kenny, do you want
herself.
to Kenny, do you want to set up a discussion on D&Ws or finding gnosis?
Sure, we'll do that. We'll do that.
Yeah, because I'll totally have a
Right.
discussion with you, but I agree with Jack,
Jack,
that if you,
I've
Thank you.
decided I don't want to be a part of your wishy-washy, weird, creepy cult. I'm out.
Then
Mate.
take off. Take off, dude. Holy
Pee-pee cult. I never heard that one before. What?
Okay, so I'm going to end the stream now. Thanks to everyone who watched and listened. Next time I do a live stream, I will do it in advance and give it some notice by a few days. This was just a spontaneous stream, so I hope you took something from it and it opened your eyes a little bit, and you can keep your eyes out as to what exactly is going on and how Jack shames people who disagree with him, and really preys on emotionally vulnerable people as well, like Duck, for example, and Stephen. I feel like he's targeting them in some kind of way. So keep an eye out for that, and you can use it to maybe come on one of my next episodes that is talking about Jack. Or if you have any stories about any high control group type setups and group dynamics, you can share your experiences and come on and maybe even just talk about narcissistic abuse and manipulation in general, you know? So, yeah, good night, everyone. And I'm heading over to Finding Gnosis now.